Hello everyone, Snickety here. So we're taking a look at Nitroplus Blasterz, Heroines Infinite Duel for the PS4. Now, basically what that is a big crossover between Nitroplus properties. Most of them visual novels, I believe. I'm going to be honest, I haven't played most of them. I've played Song of Sire, which is where the nightmarish girl comes from. But yeah, I don't recognise most of these characters. Apart from Saber. But yeah, apart from Sire and Saber, I don't recognise any of these characters. It tells you which games they're from on the opening title sequence here, so you can check them out. Probably. I don't know. I don't think any of them. I don't think a lot of these games have been translated into English. But you really don't need to know these characters to enjoy this game. This is a very user-friendly kind of fighting game. It's not that complicated, and you get the benefit of just being exposed to some crazy anime nonsense. It's just so much fun. This is the best kind of out of context anime craziness that you can experience. Right, so you get a story mode, which is basically an arcade mode, another story mode, which is a visual novel mode, pretty much. There's very few fights, and it's just a lot of text. You get it when you beat the story mode. Standard versus mode, score attack mode, training, network matches, and the gallery. Standard stuff, really. There's nothing really inventive added here. There's about 14 characters, plus the additional assist characters, which can be brought in battle to do like special moves and the like. Kind of like Marvel vs. Capcom. They're not fully fleshed out characters like in that game though, they just have one move and one animation. Some of them are better than others. Like it tells you on the screen which ones are recommended to use. Some of them do pretty cool stuff, like I remember one of them that comes behind your opponent and just bashes him in the head with a baseball. That's one of my favourites. And some of them do really weird things, like this girl here who just... Yeah, she just comes in, goes, vanishes and goes bye-bye. That's kind of adorable, actually. I don't actually think that does anything either. She just comes and confuses you for a moment. So you have your standard weak, medium, strong, heavy attack, plus something called a Lethal Blaze, which is a character-specific special move. And I think the controls are the same for every character. Down forward, medium, strong attack. I think some of them have special conditions, like you have to be in the air. But they're all mostly the same, easy to learn. You also have something called a variable rush, which locks your opponent into a combo which you can increase by just mashing the buttons. You have a bar on the bottom of the screen there, divided into 3. Uses the entire bar for your Lethal Blaze, 2/3 of it for a variable rush, and just 1 for a standard special attack. There are a lot of really cool moves in this game, actually. You can see Supersonico's Lethal Blaze here, which puts a love heart around them. I'm not entirely sure what that does. I think it charms them. I haven't been on the receiving end of it, so I couldn't tell you. Now the English localization has English subtitles for all the story segments, but it's missing it in places it really shouldn't be. Like when characters are just talking to each other at the beginning and end of every fight. Sometimes they even just talk over each other. Or at the same time, if it's the same character. This translation is dubious at best. I really wish they had subtitles for these segments here, because I really want to know what they're saying. Some of these characters are actually pretty cool. One of my favourites is Mora, the girl with the giant hammer. She's really fun to play as. Sonico is really cool as well. She has the craziest moveset. The Sonico assist is also really fun. She just drops in with a band and starts rocking out. They just start dishing out items that like both you and your opponent can collect. Mostly like attack buffs and health up and stuff. And then a bunch of zombie schoolgirls shows up. This is the processing power of the PS4 at work right here. We needed this generation just so we could render this. I may have neglected to mention that the girl from Akana Hearts is in this as well. Network matches are mostly decent. There's a little bit of lag, and it crashed at one point. But it works fine. This game's already been out in Japan and America for a few months now, so the people playing online are mostly the skilled players that are still sticking around. But I have encountered some less experienced players, probably because this just came out in Europe. So overall, this game's a lot of fun. I would definitely recommend it. Especially if you recognise quite a few of these characters. In fact, if you do, you've probably already gone out and bought this. You probably didn't even wait for the localization, you just imported the Japanese version. Though I am disappointed by the lack of Steins Gate representation. I mean, I know it's really hard to like put Steins Gate characters in a fighting game. Characters that don't have any superpowers of any kind. But come on, you could have put like Makise as an assist or something. That would have been fun. If you like fighting games, anime, or maybe you're just dryly amused by anime, then I'll definitely recommend picking this up. It's a fun game, it's well made, as most Japanese fighters tend to be. Is Nitroplus Blasterz, Heroines Infant Duel. Check it out. ご主人様甘く見られたものだ